Hi everyone, good to be back with you again. I read these words from the Gospel of John, chapter 15, yesterday. Jesus says, I do not call you servants any longer, because the servant does not know what the master is doing. But I have called you friends, because I have made known to you everything that I have heard from my Father. I have called you friends. It made me consider that word, friend. The word actually originates from a few European languages, which means to love. So a friend is someone we love. A friend is someone by whom we are loved. A servant is useful, but a friend is loved. I was driving through Walmer yesterday evening and spotted a friend on the side of the road walking his dogs. So I pulled over to greet him, and he said to me in the midst of our conversation, he said, just one of the comments he made was that he thought we might never know the extent of the damage and the hurt and the pain that has been experienced during the course of this pandemic. And as a preacher, it's been a great privilege for me over these months to be able to remind ourselves of the power and the presence of God with us in these difficult days. But I've often felt, and I don't know if you felt it, but I've often felt that sometimes we need more than just reassuring words. The words are important, the words are deep, and the words are good, but we need more than just reassuring words. And of all the things that people do need in this pandemic, then there are many. I think one of the essentials to survive a pandemic is friendship. In a world that has become even more deeply disconnected than we might have known it before, we need the love and the reassurance of friendships. If there's ever been a time that we need to affirm the bonds of friendship, it is now. Of course, we don't have space for it. This is a morning devotion, not a sermon. We don't have space for it today, but the Bible places a huge value on friendship. Our scripture reminds us today that Jesus sees his relationship with us in terms of this beautiful concept, this idea of being a friend. It's quite profound. So I thought and I hope it's helpful, I thought just as part of our devotion today, I'd mention three qualities, and there would be more obviously, but three qualities of friendship. I think the first quality, and this reflects on the life of Jesus, but I think the first quality of friendship is faithfulness. A friend is someone who sticks with you. It's not a hot and cold thing. They are constant with you through good and bad. There is regularity in the contact. There's regularity in the support. There's a constancy that marks friendship. It's not a come and go. Friendship is about faithfulness. And I think the second quality of friendship, which I want to identify today, is what I want to call carefulness. And what I mean by that is that in friendship there needs to be some authentic sense of connection. We all have people around us, we might even want to call them acquaintances, people around us who we would refer to as friends, but with whom we are not deeply connected. But I'm speaking today about the kind of friendship that we need we need people who understand us, who are careful with us, who understand the uniqueness of our own personalities and our own histories and our own aspirations, so that they are connected with us and they would understand the things that hurt us and the things that affirm us and the things that bring us joy and the things that make us weep. And they are the kinds of people who would weep with us when we weep and who would laugh with us when we laugh. They are careful with us. So faithfulness and carefulness. And then the third quality I wanted to leave with you today is, I think, and again, as I mentioned, the list is long, but I can't leave today without mentioning truthfulness. We all need people who love us and who are able to tell us the truth. It's in fact impossible to live well in this world without someone who can speak to us the truths that we would otherwise be unable to see. I think there are those who are married who find this truthfulness in marriage, in that relationship. Sometimes it feels like there could be too much truthfulness in marriage, I think. But I think even the bonds of loyalty in marriage can blind us to some of the truths we need to see. And so friends can be a profoundly important voice for us, who can help us see things that we need to see that we otherwise would be blind to. And that brings in the importance, of course, of carefulness, because truth spoken without carefulness can be deeply damaging. In fact, it can destroy our friendships. Proverbs 27:6 says, "Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses." An enemy is one who would flatter and pretend, but the friend is the one who would speak truthfully to us with care, in a way that even if it's hard to hear, we know that we are loved in the midst of it. So in these isolated and difficult days, I want to suggest for us simply this morning that friendship can be one of the most powerful gifts we can give to each other and receive from another. And so today, may I invite you to thank God for the friends that you do have. And can I encourage you to consider being a deliberate friend to someone else who may need it? I promise you, there is someone in this pandemic world who is crying out for a friend. God bless you today.